Welcome to this episode of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, I want to talk a little bit about the electronics mods that I've made for the 3040 CNC. So here's the stock controller for the 3040 that I got, and the idea is this parallel cable is designed to be hooked to a computer to run, something like Mach 3 or Linux CNC, etc. However, what I've done, and I've covered this out in a prior episode, is I've adapted this for use with GRBL. So there's actually an Arduino down here running GRBL, and I've got the DB25 Shield on top of here, and I'll have the links for each one of these down below. Also, what I've done is I've got a SainSmart relay here, 2-relay unit. I'm firing these off the same pin, and I'll talk about that in a second. However, what these are for is to actually run the water pump for the 3040 CNC, because I have the 800-watt water-cooled spindle. So I've got it set up in the preprocessor that this fires a relay which turns on the pumps. Now the whole setup here, now I could have put this inside, and I could have done this a lot of different ways, but I decided to go this route, and this is what I wanted to share in this episode. So what we have here is in the bottom of this thing, and I'm going to pan up here a little bit so you can see it and possibly zoom in a little bit, is I 3D printed some base feet here, and then I inserted Neodymium Magnets into the base. Let me see if I can get it down here. So it actually sticks to the top, so I can move it around on the top and it sticks. And what I did is I took some 3mm acrylic and I CNC'd out, and I'll probably put the CNC activity up in the corner. It's just time lapse. And then what I did is I laid out holes on here and CNC'd those out too for standoffs. Now you have to be careful because here we have line power. So what I'm going to do is 3D print a little bit of a cover to go over top of this eventually. Now what I've done is I've wired in the SainSmart relay board into the DB25 board right to the pins over here. So I'm pulling off, make sure I'm getting this in frame. So I'm pulling off power over here, and then I'm just running to the coolant pin for both of the relays over here. I may change that in the future, and that's sort of the idea why I wanted to leave it a little bit open so I can hack it around. I'm also going to add a probe over here, because the last pin down here is the probe pin. And so anyway, so far it's been working great. I think you've seen a number of videos that I've done with the 3040. It's all driven by this. I've actually got a PC over here running Linux and the Universal G-code sender. It works fantastic, so very happy with it. So again, just kind of wanted to share this with you guys. Now I've also put strain relief down here, and what I did is I put a bunch of holes in here so I could mount different strain relief to them. So kind of as an add-on for this board design, and I wanted to keep it a little bit compact so it kind of sits off to the corner. I don't know, sometimes I wish I would have did it a little bit larger so I had a little bit more room, but most of the time I really like just how compact it is, and it sits here, and it allows me access to all the circuitry to hack it very quickly without having to take the cover off and all that kind of stuff. I do have the chip shield over there that you've seen in another project, so this all stays relatively clean over here. So again, I'm pretty happy with it. So if you've got a 3040 and you're thinking about how to set up your electronics and everything, I wanted to share this video with you guys to kind of get the idea. I love the magnetic feet. The Neodymium Magnets hold this very secure, and again, if I need to move this, it all comes apart really quick, and I can just move it or do whatever I need with it. I could also mount it to the side here if I wanted to. It would also work. So again, I could put it on the side just like that. I think I'll move it around so you can see it. So you can just see I just now put it on the side, and it's turned a little bit. So but anyways, you get the idea. And again, I can put it on the top, whatever. So again, the flexibility of that type of mounting arrangement, and if I get it in the camera here, that would be helpful too. So anyways, hopefully you guys found this interesting, and if you did, hey, give it a thumbs up. Again, the subscribe button is going to be coming over there, and swag shop up there. And so, get any questions about this too, please feel free to hit me up below, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
Please click like below and subscribe to the channel to keep up to date on all of our projects.